Hop on here. I finished that shawl that I was working on, so I finished it last night. Well, everyone was sleeping pretty much, but I finished the shawl, so it looks nice and pretty. I'm not away, am I? No. Okay. So this is what the shawl came out to look like. But today I figured I still have quite a bit of this blue yarn and some teal yarns and some other yarn. So I think I'm gonna make a blankie today. I think I'm feeling making blankie. The blankie will look something like this. It's gonna be a star blanket, but it's gonna be a little different. But yeah, I'm gonna be working on a blankie today, so. What do I want to watch while I do this?
Friends, how are you?
Watch some Bailey Sarian. Who else likes to watch some creepy serial killer content while you crochet? Because that's my dig, bro. Look, you're in the thing too, honey. You can be seen. Now my viewers will know what you look like. Ha ha ha. I'm just trying to make room for my camera over here so I can put my feet up. Today won't be any kind of like specifics on how I'm making the blanket. I'm just gonna be working on it. But I figured I'd chat with anybody who wants to chat and crochet a bit. Watch some Bailey Sarian while she talks about baddies, some criminals. I like watching like cold case files and stuff like that, so I'm just starting out with my loop here.
No matter what your food and dietary goals are, like maybe eating at restaurants less, or maybe making healthier meals.
Bailey, I don't want to listen to sponsors, no offense. There we go. Ugh. Still. Oh, you watch Bailey Sarian? Yeah, I like to watch Bailey. I just normally skip through all of her sponsors because I got premium YouTube because I don't like commercials. Yeah, I've seen almost all of her videos. There's a couple of newer ones that came out that I haven't been watching because I was streaming a lot. But I'm ready to watch some more Bailey Sarian, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to remember how I did this last one. This last star blanket, I found an easier way of doing. So I think I did it with triple crochets, 2 or 3 in the center. Crochet. Maybe it's a double crochet. I think the double crochet probably looks better. No, triple crochet would better. But yeah, I'm just doing a star blankie today. If you guys want me to do tutorials, I can try doing tutorials, just in like case if you guys want that. But today I didn't really feel like doing a tutorial video. I felt like just crocheting on stream and letting you guys see what's going on. I had a viewer yesterday that was talking with me, and I realized when they mentioned it, whenever I have people who buy commissions, I should just stream it so that they can watch me make their item. And I thought that was a really good idea, so I'll probably do that from now on when I get commissions. So, if anyone's ever interested in buying something from me, you can always message me. I don't know if you can message me here on Twitch, but you can find me on TikTok at, what's it called? Little Psycho Anime Lover. And you can find me on YouTube at Psycho Anime Lover. And I figured if anyone wants to buy something from me, I can definitely do their stuff while I'm on stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. yeah, I thought that that was a good idea, and I appreciate that they came up with that idea. So I'm probably gonna do that at some point. So the next time I have a sale or a commission, I used to do Etsy, but Etsy's been changing up its tax and stuff a lot lately, and I think it's kind of unfair to the people buying because then I have to heighten the price. But my husband and I were talking about it, and we're thinking about making a website for my goods and stuff like that. So I think at some point we'll figure out how to make me a website, and that way you guys can like buy my stuff off the website and then watch me do it on stream. And I can even post them on YouTube too. So, but that's my center for it. That's going to be the beginning of my star. And I'm just going to do some simple double crochets for each thing.
Very frantic, like demanding for the shoes, and telling him like you cannot have these. These are very inappropriate. And she's just outraged. Now Jerry, he couldn't understand why she acting this way over this
3. You know, it's funny that your favorite number, honey, is 3 because I do a lot of 3s when I'm doing my crochets, especially with my stars. So I thought that was kind of funny. I just thought about that.
Jerry waited until she was gone, and then he like snuck back out into the trash and he found the shoes. Jerry would hide the shoes and wear them around
So.
the house. But it didn't take long for Eileen to catch him doing this. When she caught him,
and I don't really know the rules of like watching content while I'm streaming, but I figured like if I'm just watching a YouTube and you guys can't hear it too much, then it should be fine. Especially since like this is her newest episode and stuff like that. I guess I could try and message her and see if she's okay if I'm watching her content on stream. It's like it's not like I'm showing her content, and it's not one of her podcasts, it's just her chatting about some serial killers and stuff like that, and some murderers. But this one's gonna have a lot of points on the star. But I got some new yarn yesterday, so I really want to do some crocheting, and I figured I'd stream it. And if anyone is ever interested on what I'm making on stream, then those items, unless if I specifically say it's not available, most items that I make on stream are most likely available to buy. So if you're interested in it, just let me know and we'll get in contact, and then I can make it for you, or I can give it to you. You like the color? Yeah, this is the color that I'm working on right now, but I've got these 2 really pretty colors too to go with it. So it's gonna have some stripes, and I thought it would look pretty. And it's this really, really nice, soft, shiny yarn, so it's very pretty, very soft. I don't have to worry about how long I'm crocheting for because I don't have to worry about breaking into hives because of my skin condition. So I can just sit here for hours and crochet endlessly. But yeah, if anyone's ever interested in the items I make, we can get in contact, and I don't mind selling it. Normally the prices vary a little bit. It just depends on how much the yarn cost and so on. It doesn't take me a long time to finish items too much, unless if I'm having some health problems. So most times I make it pretty cheap. Normally it's like how much is the shipping, the materials, and then I give myself a little bit of money, or I add a little bit to it to make sure that I have enough to buy some more materials in the future from the sale. So like I think these were like $11 a skein, and if I use all 3 skeins, which I do plan on this being a larger blanket, so I do plan on using all 3 skeins, that would be like $33, and I feel like the shipping and handling will be probably between like $20 or $30. So you're looking at like $60 for a large star blanket. maybe a little bit more. It just depends all on like shipping and handling and all that stuff. But if it's a commission, I just ask to be paid for the materials beforehand. And then after I've finished it, then I just get the payment for the shipping and handling and stuff like that afterwards. So normally if I do commissions, I do 2 payments. Oh, Nana, you're still having some buffering issues. Oh, Shelby. I didn't realize that was you. It's good that you were able to hop on here, though, so I really appreciate it. But that's the star beginning, so now all I have to do is some simple stuff around it. The beginning of the star is done. So. But. Yep. Just simple, easy breezy. It's cool that you know about Bailey as well, Shelby. I love Bailey Sarian. She's great.
So they leave and they go to find a phone to call police. The police are called, and then Jerry gets arrested. After police arrest Jerry, they get a warrant and they're able to search his room. And in his room is where they find they find weird pictures of like underwear,
Oh, I did 3 on accident in that center right there. Ding dong.
At the moment, almost. Hold on.
Just give me 1 second. Okay. Hopefully it's for the shipping, for the item that we needed to send.
Yeah, 1 moment.
Cool. We had to return my pair of headphones that were really pretty because unfortunately they just stopped working the second day I tried to use them. I really liked them too. They were the little cat headphones. And they were blue and gray, but thankfully we didn't miss them, especially since like I was passed out most of the day because I stayed up too late crocheting. But this yarn's actually hindering me from going as quickly as I normally do because it's a little loose, but I really like it. I really like how pretty it is.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how beautiful this blue is. It's just so pretty. I love it. So I wonder, since Twitch is talking about having an 18 plus section and everything, I wonder if I just do the 18 mature content and then I don't have to worry about what I say on stream.
Maybe.
Because it's hard to filter myself, especially when I cuss like a sailor.
I'm saying it's just being tested right now.
Yeah. But it's like, originally I already had my content set up as like 18 plus, and it was just like, if you're a child, you don't watch my content, because it's like, my content isn't really for children anyways. It's just crocheting and stuff like that, and people who want to buy, and also like adults who also play adult games. Like, I don't play a lot of kids games unless you count my Minecraft. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw what I made yesterday, but this was the shawl that I made on stream yesterday and finished it in bed last night while Bryce was sleeping. It came out very pretty. I really like the dark blue with the purple, and luckily I ended up with some dark blue left so that I can use it for this blankie. So, weird.
Time is going on, and Ralphine, she's starting to grow up, and she's starting to notice that Jerry is
Yeah, I'm just watching some Bailey Sarian and how deep the color is. Yeah, and I love it, and it's gonna look so great with these two colors. Like, look at them all together. I plan on putting it in this kind of variegated, so it'll be from this one to this one to this one, and then I'm gonna go back to this one and then this one again, possibly. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But I normally just go with the flow until I get to the end. So this one's probably going to be pretty big because that yarn actually goes pretty far. So I definitely really like this yarn, so I really want to get more of this yarn from Michaels the next time that they have the sale. And it's a monthly sale, so technically we could go soon, but I'm tired from being outside and not at home these last couple of days. It's like I want to go get more of this yarn, but I don't want to go out again. Yeah. I'd rather just spend time with you before you leave. I don't really want to go out anywhere. I made spaghetti for dinner tonight, so they're all really pretty. Yeah, I know. This yarn was really pretty. I mean, I think it was either like $9 or $11 per skein, but there was a 30% off sale at Michaels, and they do a military discount. So I got $115 worth of yarn, but it was originally before the military discount, like $140. And I was looking at the original prices for all the yarn that I bought yesterday, and it would have been closer to like $200 or $300 if it weren't for that 30% off. So I got yarn. I couldn't help myself. I was like, yarn, yeah. I can't help myself when there's a yarn sale, especially when they got military discount. And we were very good about keeping up quite a bit of money in the checkings account this month, so not too expensive. And I got 19 skeins of yarn. Yes, yarn party. Right. Yarn party for the win. It's like I just want to lay in all 19 skeins of it and just be like, I'm rich. I walked out of Michaels and I actually told Bryce, I was like, I feel rich. I feel yarn rich. I'm yarn rich. Got all the yarns, and they're all really soft and really pretty, so. I can't wait to make more stuff out of these yarns. I tried to just get enough for one project each of the different types of yarn that I got, but since I know now that, like, the lady was telling us that they normally carry these yarns, and they do like monthly 30% off for the yarn, I guess I'll just be going to Michaels every month at the end of the month to get that 30% off yarn with my military discount as well. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, it's genius. I think after this row, I'm going to change the color. Just so I have enough to do more stripes of this yarn. Because I bet I could probably do at least 1 or 2 more stripes of this yarn. And today I decided I was going to do a little bit something different. So normally I just do double crochets all the way around. But I think for the next row, I'm going to mix it up a bit like I do with my shawls. And really give it a little something extra. So I'm thinking about doing triple crochet for the next row to really make it large, because I want this to be a big, beautiful blankie. Because normally I make my star blankies kind of medium size, just for your like lap, you know. But this one, I want it to be gigantic. I want it to be big. The best way to make a bigger blanket, make bigger stitches. That's what I've learned, at least, from crocheting. So. But yeah, I'm really glad that you guys were able to hop on and come chill with me while I crochet. It's always fun to have some peeps to chill with while I crochet. I don't even know how many points this star has. I just kind of did some points and was like, yeah, it's still a star no matter how many points you got, so I figured I'd just go with the flow. No rhyme or reason, really. Just crocheting to crochet. Okay, we're almost over here. But, yeah, I'm just doing some simple crocheting today. I feel like I'll probably end up doing some actual tutorials and posting it on my YouTube at some point, because I have had some ladies on TikTok ask about what the pattern is, and of course I suck at like patterns and explaining patterns, so I figure if they can watch me do it, it might be a little bit easier, you know? So I know I've been asked about my shawl and my Star Blinkies patterns, and it's funny because these are like the two main ones that I like to make, so I figured it'd be best to try and make a video for it. Alright, we're gonna snip snip, doing color change. Ooh, do you guys want to do like a little bit of interaction? Because I know interaction is good. We can pick which color together that we're gonna do next. So we've got this so far for our center, right? Nice deep blue. 1 in the chat for this lighter blue, 2 in the chat to do the teal next. So 1 in the chat for blue, 2 in the chat for teal to go next from this one. What do you guys think? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? I don't see anything in chat yet, so I guess I'll just do the blue. We'll do the teal next, since I tried to get you guys to interact a little bit, but no interaction so far. What ups? I'm asking, should I do light blue next or teal? Light blue or teal for the next color, because we're doing a color change. 1 for light blue. Light blue? Okay. I was gonna say 1 for light blue, 2 for teal if it makes it easier. But yeah, I'm gonna try, since I've always done these just double crocheted, I'm gonna try doing a triple crochet for the next round. I can't even see where I had started out for the center. There's your starting. This one's the skips one. Yeah, that's skips. So, got our light blue going now. And like I said, I'm going to do a triple crochet this time. So I'm going to single crochet up 4. And then we'll double it up. And let's see how this works. This is just a little test run at this point. So, yeah, I'm going to triple crochet into each one and see how that comes out. So I always do double crochet, but I kind of get bored with just doing the same each time. So, and I'm thinking I can do some of the, like, I can do light blue, teal, light blue, teal, light blue, teal, and then go back to the dark blue, and then light blue, teal, light blue, teal, light blue, teal again. So, I think that's the plan I'm going to go with. And do some triple crochets here and there to give it a little something extra. We'll see how it works on this round. See how I like it. I like to mix up my patterns a bit, so it makes it a little more fun.
May of 1969, a fisherman who was out, fishing in a long-term river. This guy's fishing, he spots
But I have quite a bit of the light blue and the teal still, so that one shouldn't be too common. See, that looks a little different, but I like it. I think it looks nice. We're doing the edge already on this first point of the star. How many points do I have on this star? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 points. It's a 6-pointed star. So I do try to do more than 5 points on some of them because I've noticed the 5-pointed stars aren't as nice looking. Like, it looks kind of odd and it's not as comfortable as a lap blanket, but I think since this will be a big one, a 6-pointed star is probably pretty good. And I'm just doing triple crochets on each hole, and then I reach to my skip hole, and I skip a stitch, so then we got that corner. What on earth? I got a little bit of a knot up here. There we go. Get rid of that knot. But yeah, this is a very nice, light, soft yarn, and I really like it, so I think it'll work out very well for this blanket. And I'm thinking tomorrow I might do a basket. So I've been doing it randomly, just how I feel with my streams, but I think I should probably try to come up with some kind of schedule. Like, certain days I crochet, certain days I game, certain days, depending on what we're cooking, maybe make a cooking video, have a little bit better of a schedule to it. But I'm not a kind of like schedule kind of person. I just kind of do what I feel like. So I feel like if I try to constrain myself to a schedule, then it'll be like monotonous and not so much fun. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. Then Jerry proceeds to cut a piece of the rope off and he gives it to the detective. Yes, Jerry, what are you doing? I mean, like, I'm not rooting for you, but like, this guy's so stupid. The detective gets the rope and he's like, yeah, like, oh yeah. But at this point, it said that like, Jerry was very cocky and was very overconfident, as most killers usually are. And he truly believed that he would not get caught. He was never going to get caught. Giving this detective the rope was kind of showing like, I don't care.
But yeah, this triple crochet is looking pretty nice. I like it. I think it looks nice. And like I said, it expands it a little bit more. It uses a little bit of less yarn that I've noticed, so it helps me keep some yarn afterwards. Maybe I'll get lucky and have a little extra yarn for another shawl after I'm finished with this blankie. I guess we'll just have to see. Ooh, my nose is getting itchy. Got some yarn or something on my face. But
well, I guess this was enough to spook Jerry, and that same day, he packed up and he took off, heading towards the Canadian border. Now, this is where I got a little confused. So they are on the run. Police caught up to them and placed Jerry under arrest. I say them because this is the weird part.
But yeah, I did kind of like a tutorial yesterday, but that took a lot of brain effort, and I'm not good at that. So I think I'll only do tutorials when I'm asked to do tutorials, because it's a little bit easier that way. I just realized you're playing Elden Ring again. It's an addiction, man. Like, I've even been wanting to play some more Elden Ring. You started a new character, you've already platinumed the game, and you're just like, meh, might as well do a new character, why not? I think we got addicted to the game. It's so pretty, though, and it's so nice, and, like, it's easier than how I imagine Dark Souls is, so it's probably why. It's like, there's still quite a bit of a challenge, but you can always make or break your character and make them nice and OP. I kind of want to go on there and just, like, invade people's worlds, but instead of attack them, just try to befriend people. But if they attack me, then beat their booties. And just, like, level up my character a bunch, so it's like, we either make friends or you die. Gotta love video games, man. I got, like, fuzz or something on my nose, and it kind of, like, keeps tickling me.
See his reflection in the mirror in the photo. You're like, oh my god, that's him. Just solidifying that Jerry wasn't the one who committed these awful crimes. When they went to Jerry's house and they looked around, investigators find the bronze breastplate sitting on the mantle as home decor. We've got an Ed Geiner. Remember Ed Gein? This was really all the evidence they needed.
But yeah, the triple crochet seems to be working just fine for this.
3 counts of murder, which he pled guilty to everything. And Jerry would receive 3 consecutive life sentences. Investigators found it really hard to believe that Jerry's wife, Ralphine, was involved. She would end up getting arrested and charged as an accomplice. But during trial, she would be found not guilty and was released. She stood by her innocence. And once she was free, she picked up all her stuff and she moved ASAP. Now Jerry is over a cheater here. He would go on to become the longest living inmate in Oregon State Penitentiary. Congratulations, Jerry. He would end up dying of liver cancer in 2006 at the age of 67 years. And that, my friends, is the awful story about Jerry Brudos.
Yeah, I think this looks pretty. I like it.
I haven't heard a story like this in a while.
Yeah, I think it looks very nice with it. And I did a triple crochet for this one
I would love to hear
instead
your
of double
guys'
crochet
thoughts.
like the center, so gives it a little something.
Other than that,
And got a little something something.
okay, make good choices. Please be safe out there. See you guys later. Bye.
Wonder if there's any other Bailey videos that I haven't seen. I've seen almost every one of her videos though. Like every time I go to look for a new video from her, I've seen them all. But like, I want more Bailey. So then I'm just over here like waiting for more Bailey Sarian. Let's go to her channel. Maybe there's a couple that I haven't seen. I like her Dark History too. Like, those are good. I don't think I watched this one. It looks like I started it, but I didn't finish it. I should do a murder podcast. It'll be crochet and murder. And talk about crazy murderers and all their crazy stuff. Because I actually know quite a bit of stuff about different murderers too. And you just make a little script and read about them and how crazy they are. Yeah, do that. You know, I could do something like that. I don't do makeup, but I do crochet. Crochet and murder on Mondays. Or just like random facts, because I know a lot of random facts too. We could do science and sewing. You know, I don't know. Knowledge and knitting. That would be funny. Just have a bunch of little like segments where it's like knowledge and knitting, science and sewing.
Cool. So I'm excited to be here. As usual. Let me put my hair out.
Can't think of anything else. I guess I'm not witty enough. Crime and clay. I don't know.
So today's story takes place in Colorado Springs in 19.
Oh no. This one's Colorado Springs. This is where we live. Dang, Bailey. She's gonna make me paranoid now. And news already does that enough. I get news updates on my phone app every day. Like today, I guess there was a shooting at one of the malls here. And I was just like, oh, I didn't want to wake up to that. And I hadn't even gone to bed yet. It was like 8 oh, my tinnitus. I can't hear on my right ear. And they're meaning, I don't like it. Well, I can't hear my right ear right now, so fun. Wait for that to go away. Not cool.
Our story begins on a September evening in Colorado Springs.
I thought it was always funny. Like, people would be like, when your ear is ringing, that's you losing a pitch that you can hear. That's actually completely false. Like, I looked it up, and it is completely false. That is just a myth.
I've had tinnitus for how long? And my hearing test, I still improve in some areas somehow.
How do you improve on your... Never mind. I'm not going to even question it.
I think I hear the sound, so I press the button.
Same. That's exactly what I do. It's like, I think I can hear it. Press this button. Even though otherwise, like, I probably wouldn't have heard it, but... I'm gonna do a double crochet row. So I think I'm gonna do triple crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, double crochet, and just do that a couple of times until I feel like it's a large enough stray. And then I'll do the next color. But
I'm more like, it's just like people don't know. You gotta stop giving opinions on couples because you don't know if those are great couples. After all these stories we've done, we gotta stop making comments on people and how perfect they are. And according to all their friends and stuff, Diane just loved Ryan. Like that was obvious. It was just, she was so
caught on
right
a
after
piece
they
of it.
got married, they moved to Colorado Springs, had 3 children, and in 1986, Ryan gave up his job. He was selling liquor, and he became an insurance salesman. Now, after that,
I could do stuff like that. And just like do facts and stuff and crime and murder. I don't know what exactly I'm allowed to say on Twitch when it comes to stuff like that though. I have to do some more reading up on what Twitch is allowing. But since they're going to be doing like mature content and everything, I probably could still do it.
So she turns around and she sees that someone's holding a gun at the post office. Now Diane can't tell who it is. Whoever this person is, they're covered head to toe. Ski masks, they had military pants, camouflage jacket, just prepared for the situation, it seemed. Now Diane, she does the smart thing, the thing you should do, you just throw your purse at them and you say, take it. And then you run. So she does that. She throws her purse and she tells them to take it. So Diane is running back to her car. She thinks it's her mother, but this person doesn't know there. So she's right? Well, whoever this person was, they end up
Yeah, I
catching
think
up
that would
to
be
her.
interesting.
Grab her, they turn her around and kind of.
Especially since I probably know too much about cannibals. Yeah, it is kind of like peacock colors. That's why I was really hoping and I was really glad that I still had some of this dark blue because it reminded me of like a peacock. Like I love peacocks. They have such beautiful colors. Like I kind of wish that I didn't see any, but I think now that I'm thinking back on it, I think there was a deeper green and now I kind of wish I got it cuz like it would have been perfect. I guess I'll just have to buy some next time. Man, when you leave for 9 months, I'm just going to be crocheting most of the time, I feel like. I mean, I have a couple of embroidery projects that I gotta do soon, but other than that, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be crocheting and streaming either crochet stuff, embroidery stuff, because of the stuff I gotta embroider, or, like games. Like, I'm gonna be gaming a lot and crocheting a lot and doing lots of crafts. Maybe next year, since you'll be back next year and everything, maybe you'll be able to go with me to the craft fair that they have sometimes. Maybe we can do the craft fair or something next year. Then I'll have plenty of products, that's for sure. And do the craft fair and sell all my stuff. Because I got so much stuff, I gotta hurry up and make my website. But I figured I'd do that after you leave, so I know that I'll be making enough money before that to be able to pay for it. So.
Well, police had their dogs come out and sniff around the area where Diane was. They found the whole outfit not far from where Diane was. I'm talking about.
I was thinking my website name can be Psychoanime Lovers Crafts and Wares. I think that looks nice. It sounds nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then not far from where all the clothes were found, possibly they found Diane's purse with all the money.
I see I got a message from you, Shelby. I'll look at it here in a second.
So investigators are a little puzzled, like why Diane? Why did they
Yeah.
Because when they look into Diane,
Cat clip.
I mean, they're not
Cat.
necessarily
I love little kitty cats. I'll look at the video later. And look at the little cats. I'm always down for cat videos.
Was how the killer seemed like they wanted to make sure Diane was dead before running off. Because they had the map, they had her purse. So why did this person go back and shoot Diane the second time? Like that just didn't make sense. So police ran ballistics on
I've been, Nana will know this, because Nana was the one that got me into Betty Boop when I was a kid. But I've been getting, like, Betty Boop stuff stuck in my head. It's pretty funny. Because even I think it was yesterday on stream, I went boop boop be doop. And then I was just like, that's the Betty Boop thing.
Now, this is not exactly the kind of thing you find at a store or like go to Walmart and pick it up really quick. This is a collector's piece. Literally, like not everybody has it, but it does make sense to the overall story because there was a witness who called 911 when the attack was happening, and they said that the killer was standing over Diane, and this person cocked the gun, which on most modern handguns you don't need to cock. I guess they do it for you, but with the Peacemaker, you have to cock the weapon every time you walk through.
Yeah, it's looking really nice. So this next one, I'm going to do another triple crochet row.
Taking the time to cock the weapon and finish the job. Like it took some work. It wasn't just an easy like, hey, bang, give me your back. You do. I don't know. Maybe that's why they call it the Peacemaker. Because like by the time you reload, recock or whatever, you probably got enough time to make peace with the person you're attempting to shoot. I could Google it, but I don't mind. I made it up. Now some, I think this is very
We'll have to turn on the light behind us soon. It's just starting to get dark outside.
Was used in this murder. You're not just gonna find that like on anyone. This revolver. You're not just gonna go to some random guy's house and find things that are
Thank you, my love.
So police are like. Now the downside is they really had no leads or like they didn't know where to go from here.
But
Some of the investigators are believing that it was.
I'm just going to be crocheting a star
But I
for
mean,
a while.
pointing to this.
Watching some Bailey Sarian. Alrighty.
Yeah, her bag and her stuff. Her girlfriend might have been just too many strange things were not adding up. Investigators had no leads. So this case could have gone.
The house smells so pretty after getting that incense from Elena. I did one of those art trade boxes, and both the person that did the trade with me and we both got our boxes today. So I got to see her unpack the box I sent her, and she got to see me unpack the box that I sent her, or I got from her. And we apparently both really like mushrooms because we sent each other both mushroom stuff. She sent me a little incense thing that's a little mushroom that holds the incense, and it was really pretty. And she sent me some plants and some stickers and some other pretty stuffs like some crystals. And I sent her a baby, or not a baby blanket, but a medium-sized lap blanket that's a star blankie. And I sent her a shawl and a bunch of little mushrooms and stuff that I had made out of clay, and some mushroom earrings that I made out of clay, and some keychains that I made out of clay that was little mushrooms too. She loved it. It was great seeing how excited she was, and I made her a little hat, some other stuff, and I'm glad that she liked all the items I sent her. It made me cry and tear up a little bit because I haven't seen a lot of people get that excited about getting my stuff from me.
The man that she was dating, his name was Ben, and he was in the army, and then they were stationing him at nearby Fort Carson. So Jennifer dropped out of college.
Wow, this person was on Fort Carson, this murderer.
As the year goes by,
That's the base we're living on.
mom, army wife,
Wonderful.
family, and
It's
she's
great.
also working at
I didn't need to know that.
So clearly, she's a
Murderer.
No, police they go and question Jennifer. She's adamant that her relationship with Brian, they were strictly friends.
this row I'm gonna change to the teal. Maybe I'll do a couple more rows. Maybe I'll do 5 rows instead. But I definitely want to change the color on a triple crochet row, I think.
Jennifer, she still has so much more to say. If she's going down, everyone's going down with her. So Jennifer is full of her. She's telling them everything. All in front of her husband. She was her husband right next to her. Not only did Jennifer kill Diane, but she told police that it was Diane's husband, Ryan, who put it up to her. During her confession, Jennifer admitted that her and Ryan's relationship was way more than just friends, right? They've been meeting at the fitness club and jacuzzi pool. And I guess one day Jen told Ryan that her husband was going out of town for military meeting. She's saying, and naturally Ryan saw this as an opportunity to hang out with her, just as friends. But that night, things were taken to the next level. She would end up having sexual relations with police. This is where it started. After that, the two of them were hooking up left and right. Well, as much as they could. So after the two of them hook up, Jennifer goes on to say that Ryan tells her that they become one. That's literally what he said after they hooked up. Which would be a little weird to say after you just got done slapping knees together, but well, Brian tells Jennifer that their union is considered a sin under God because it is his will that they are together. So it's like obviously because they're supposed to be together. He's able to convince Jennifer that it would be a much greater sin for him to divorce his wife while she was ill with this than have an affair with Jennifer. Like that was the most appropriate way for them to be together. In other words, Ryan was bringing God into their relationship or into the conversation to justify the affair. And remember, he's a church leader, so maybe it was easy to believe.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do 3 or 2
Yeah, so
more
Rain,
levels.
Brian and Jennifer.
So it'll be triple crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, double crochet, triple crochet
Because it was such a small town.
until I change to the next color.
Just anywhere they could find where they could see them. But it kind of seemed like that wasn't a main priority for them, and they didn't really try that hard. Because, for example, there was one time, not even one time, there was numerous times when the meetup spot would be at Jennifer's work, the flower shop. So the owner of the flower shop saw it, and he's the one who eventually tipped off the cops as to what was going on. So I was sneaking around thinking
So are you just doing random
Turns
stuff?
out people have been having
I'm just trying to do a bunch of
friends
quests and
all
stuff.
last week, like for a while now. And let's say anything,
See if I can
but
do
like
it with a
he was
different
not
build.
quiet about it.
Yeah.
This dude is just yip yapping. And not only that, this sloppy ass also took out $100,000 life insurance policy for the give me a fucking break. So something ridiculous too. Who's it? Brian's lawyer? Not thrilled. He's not excited. Guys, everybody, calm down. Brian is not to be blamed here. He said it was Jennifer. Jennifer's the one that murdered him, not Brian. Brian was at home. And Brian's attorney also said that during the phone conversation, we had that portion to be Brian and Jennifer was addiction. During that phone conversation, Brian actually broke up with Jennifer, and she acted on her own to get revenge. That was so it kind of sounds like a big fight. Okay? But Diane's brother, David, he took a stand to defend Brian. Yeah. He took a stand and said, like, I don't believe Brian is guilty. I believe this woman, she took my sister and now she's trying to take Brian away from us as a family. She's ruined all of us. I mean, like, to have the brother of the victim come to Brian's defense is a pretty big deal. If Brian was involved, the family really didn't think so. Which is like, I don't know if it's just me, but it's kind of hard to believe, right? Like, why didn't they want it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Jennifer's mother-in-law, well, it was her former mother-in-law because Ben divorced Jennifer. Nice. But anyway, she testified that Jennifer
This is the last one of this color I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna switch on to another color.
And because of that, even though he's qualified for world orchestra,
Doing triple crochet.
he had to spend 15 more months in jail before he was let out. Oh yeah, he was let out. No idea where he is now. Where is he now? Let's do an update, shall we? Brian, come on in. Sorry, I don't know where he is now. Hey Brian. Hey, sweetie. So yeah, that's today's story. I would love to know what you guys think. Like, do you think they should equally been to blame, or did Jennifer deserve to be right? Do you believe that Jennifer was tricked, or do you think she was made mad at her own instinct? But Ryan, he put the life insurance policy on her. There was something going on. There was something. I wonder if they were gonna get revenge. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. Let me know who you want me to talk about next. Other than that, good choices. See you guys later.
Big stretch. Do I have any sherbet ice cream left?
I think you have just a small amount.
I'm feeling like having a little bit of ice cream. Oh, my elbow. Let's see if there's any that I haven't seen. I think I started this one and didn't finish it, or I did finish it and it just isn't showing it.
So, I don't want to look close like that. Where she's like, I love doing murder mystery makeup. I don't want to look like that. So I'm just put it out because it's real. Okay, hi. Before we jump into today's story, we do have a sponsor. Today's video is boosted
Wow, my box just tried to take out my phone.
Today's video, Case Divide carries a huge variety of phone case colors and designs. Choose from their
Random
selection
phone
of curated
boxes.
prints, or even personalize a case with your favorite product design layout for a truly custom case. Case Divide's impact and ultra impact cases are made of 65% recycled and plant-based materials. Plus, they are 100% BPA-free, 100% non-toxic, and non-hazardous. Great, you know, you kind of want that.
We passed all this sponsor stuff.
Unfortunately, Blake's parents.
My ear keeps doing its tinnitus thing.
Also decided to split up the boys, which is
It's done it like twice while I've been on here.
I mean, that's like not only are you
Maybe I'm just concentrating too hard on the crochet and what I'm listening to. I don't know.
Because they didn't like switch it around. So the two boys, they were only a year apart. They had a pretty close relationship, but one dad and one not so. So the boys ended up growing up completely apart once their parents had split. Cody went and lived with his dad really until it was pretty safe to say that they did well. You know, it wasn't like hard times. They were both still growing up with their like privilege and luxury and I guess it was said that
It's starting to look real pretty though. I like it.
brother,
Hmm.
father, his father seemed to favor him
Excuse me.
more.
I'm just yawning over here.
Their kid and abuser dad. It's probably true. And so it just seemed like he had some very deep those issues. So the boys grow up and they both end up moving to Los Angeles town. Cody decided to follow his father's footsteps and he became a
Spaceballs had a TV show?
Yeah, usually.
And Blake worked it on. Well, he directed and consulted. And Blake also did some screenwriting. But one thing that he was kind of successful at was writing graphic novels. That's where pretty good. So he was pretty successful at writing graphic novels. If you don't know what a graphic novel is, I really didn't know what a graphic novel is kind of like a more condensed comic. The story is told through art, like a comic book. It's usually longer with more complicated and in-depth stories. Blake's most successful project was a graphic novel titled Syndrome. Syndrome was originally published in 2010, and it's about a neuropathologist who was hell-bent on figuring out what is the root of all evil. So he experiments on serial killers and hopes to try and find a cure for the evilness that is inside them, no matter what it costs him. And the scientist never seems to find a cure, and Blake ends the book by saying,
We're trying to make sure everyone has 2 sets of ID tags.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the guys only have 1 set. It's like, alright, we're making a roster. It's like, here's what we need from you: last name, first name, DOD ID, blood type, and religion. And one of the dudes in my team, Cardenas,
Mm-hmm.
you want to know what he put for religion?
Hmm.
Jedi.
Yes. Well, that's the thing you can legitimately put on there.
I know.
Is you can put Jedi as a religion.
It's sorry, West just goes, I fully support your beliefs.
Fully support your beliefs. Jedi beliefs. What is your religion? I am a Jedi.
I had to put Mandalorian.
I would totally put Sith just to mess with everybody.
I just want to put Mandalorian.
Yes.
Just so I could say weapons are part of my religion.
Weapons are part of my religion.
there are also illustrations of women's body language, so
That would be so funny.
and she's missing her
You should put it. I wonder if they'll take it. I mean, if they take Jedi, they should take Mandalorian.
I know they absolutely take Jedi.
You know, it's like, that's part of the same series.
I'm gonna ask West about that in the morning.
Be like, can I pick Mandalorian as my religion?
She'd be like, why Mandalorian instead of Jedi? Weapons are part of my religion.
Weapons are part of my religion. Can I just pick the religion that is called Flower Child? Mushroom Queen. Fairy.
I know a lot of people pick Norse pagan so they can grow a beard.
Oh yeah, I forgot if you're Norse pagan religion, you don't have to shave.
You still have to get the memo for it,
Yeah.
and that's a long process, but it's doable.
It's actually a lot easier, I heard, than
It's-
what it could be.
It is. It's just a long process.
In fact, you can get that waiver online. I've seen something about that. So you can go online and directly become a part of the affiliation there. And, because I can't remember what website it was, but I saw a video about it on TikTok recently, where you go to the website and they specifically, like, it's a Norse pagan, like, online church kind of thing. Or, like, online, I can't think of the word. Congregation? Is that the word I'm thinking of? I don't think so. But they can, you pretty much just answer questions and stuff to prove that, like, yes, you believe in their beliefs and so on and so forth. And then they can give you an actual, like, paperwork saying that you're affiliated with the Norse pagan
Oh, I'm just saying it takes a
religion.
while in the military because they don't want to authorize it, but they have to, so they just take as long as they're allowed.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason it's a long process.
You know what I've heard that some women are doing just so that they can get in the military, because I guess the military is kind of against it. But I don't know if I can say that on here, so that's why I
I
whispered
thought
it.
the
But
military doesn't get a say in that, though.
they do in your medical usage. So if you want to get a one that is done by the military, you have to be certain affiliations. And the quickest and easiest affiliation for that is becoming a part of the Satanic Temple. And so many people are like, oh, the Satanic Temple worships Satan, but specifically in the paperwork and everything for affiliation of the Satanic Temple, it is not following Satan. What it is the Satanic Temple believes in science and the power of humans themselves, and that they do not believe in any God whatsoever. So they're mostly just atheists. And that has been the easiest way that a lot of women in the military can have full reign of how their body is treated medically in the military. Because one of the biggest things with the Satanic Temple is the belief that all people, male or female or otherwise, have the right to identify as who they identify. That's how a lot of women and men become trans in the military, legally. And why it's considered a medical procedure under that point, not a cosmetic procedure, because their bodies do not actually match the identity that they are. So then it is a full medical procedure that's paid fully by the military. But the quickest way is apparently being a part of the Satanic Temple. Because it's different than being just what people consider a Satanist. The Satanic Temple is different. Although I can't really talk too much more about it because I know that Twitch is very big about not talking about religion in any shape or form on here. So I can't really afford to ramble about it. But yeah, I did a lot of research on that because I was interested in what their following was. And apparently, technically, it's their own version of atheism. It's just atheism under or within a community specified differently than others. And then, like, if you're Wiccan, the military actually does not respect very many Wiccan beliefs. So you cannot say that you're just Wiccan and have that put as your religion. There's many different types of Wicca and Wiccan out there. So you actually have to find the specific Wiccan religion that you identify with. And then you have to get all the paperwork for that. So it is definitely interesting. But of course you can say that you're any kind of Catholic or Christian and the military's like, okay. I don't understand why they have to fight people on their religious beliefs. Why can't we all just respect each other's beliefs no matter what? And like, you can identify with the Satanic Temple, but you cannot be a Satanist in the military. Which I guess makes sense in a weird, convoluted way. So it's very interesting. But like, if you put atheism down as your religious belief, then you can't change it. That's one thing I thought was interesting.
That's why I've always just put none.
You should totally see if you can put Mandalorian though. That'd be pretty great. Or you could put like you can put agnostic on it. That's where you believe in a higher power, but not a specified one. There's even one for the faith of the universe, you know, where you believe that the universe itself is somewhat your religion and you follow things by how the universe functions. But I cannot remember what it's called off the top of my head. But that's its own religion apparently as well. And there's multiple religions that are just alien religions, where they believe aliens are God and so on and so forth. but I do not remember the names of those ones either.
So over the next 4 years,
But there's a lot of different religions that the military does just
then
accept, and I thought it was very interesting going down the list of all the different ones.
so and who pregnant with their second child. It's like a light switch went off and like you just
I think it's very interesting. Also, I just find it interesting learning about different religions and things like that and how they all function.
poor thing though. She's like pregnant in the middle of summer. She's 8 months pregnant in the middle of summer. And that's like the worst time to be pregnant. And she's
Like, I wasn't surprised to see it, but it's interesting because, like, I forget, but, like, I forgot that Confucianism was a religion.
Mm-hmm.
But Confucianism and Hinduism and all those things are all on there too that they accept. But if you, I think it's Hinduism where you don't eat pork. I may
That's
be
one of them,
wrong,
yes.
or maybe it was cows. But one of them, like, you have to prove that you do not consume that meat to be able to check that off on your religion list. So if you put down Hinduism or any of the other ones that do not eat certain meats and things like that,
Yeah, but
like,
if
I
you
know
put it down, they don't keep track of it.
yeah, you just have to prove that you don't eat those things and that you actually follow the religion correctly.
They don't keep track of it.
They just make you have like some kind of proof that you bring in with you, which is by their standards just having someone who is in, like, I don't know what the higher ups in their religion are called.
Yeah, the highest up is just a chapel.
I mean, like, for Hinduism and things like that.
Oh.
You just have to have someone like that to sign off on it. And they count that as proof.
It's not Dollywall, it's Hindu.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. He's still like or beef sometimes.
Yeah, I always thought that was interesting because I thought you like just couldn't eat beef. But I guess
We
it's
asked him,
just
like,
you have
Dollywall.
different like sectors.
We
of
asked him, like, aren't you
Hinduism.
not supposed to eat beef with your religion? He goes, no, not supposed to. We go, you do know that MRE is beef in it, right? He goes, yeah, I don't care. We're like,
Okay.
okay. He's like, I'm not gonna spend the time to search for a different one.
I was just gonna say, like,
Okay.
is there like I was wondering if there was like different sectors, but I guess not. He just didn't care. Fair enough, I guess.
You
Do
bud.
you? Because I may be wrong, but I think it's something like Muslim or something like that. They don't eat certain meats too.
Mhm.
And I also know that there's
That's
one
pork.
religion, I can't think of it, pork. There's another religion, I can't think of it, but you don't eat fish
I don't remember which one that would be.
or any kind of sea creatures, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, there's one specifically where you don't eat fish or any kind of sea creatures either. Although, if I remember correctly, there's somewhere in the Bible that says you're not supposed to eat like bottom feeders, like pigs and crustaceans. I may be wrong on that, but
I don't remember.
maybe it's Catholicism. I can't remember. But there's one of those religions that's like no fish, no bottom feeders, no pigs. But I did actually have a religion course that I took in middle school and high school. And they talked about a bunch of different ones, and I thought it was probably one of my favorite because, like, we learned about all the different world religions and things like that, as many as possible. And, like, if you followed a certain religion or decided to start following a certain religion while you were in the course and everything, then you got to do, like, a PowerPoint and stuff like that of the religion you believed in and share more information about it. So I thought that was cool. there's a lot out there. There's always some new ones that pop up here and there too. I always find that interesting. Newer religions, you know. It's like, how does that come to be? I think there's actually already a religion for the multiverse theory and stuff where anything and everything does exist somewhere in the universes and the multiverse, but I can't remember what it is called. But I think I would mostly identify with that because I believe everything and anything is very much so possible, and that, like, yes, this universe may have multiple gods, we might have one god, don't know. But I also believe that in another universe, the magical spaghetti monster one could be a thing. I mean, what's stopping it? I mean, there could be another universe where everything is made of spaghetti. We don't know. I don't have doubts that all of those things can be possible in another universe. So it's like, why not? I was like, everything and anything could be possible. And I live my life believing that everything and anything is possible. Because I think that just makes more sense. It makes more sense. It's like, why does it have to be one thing when you have all these universes and such that exist in even different dimensions? Like, what if each dimension has a different god? We don't know. How would we know? You know what I mean? It's like, heck, there could be a dimension for everything and anything. All we know is the ones that we've been able to observe so far. And we still can't explain the ones we've observed entirely. Alright, color change time. Ears wonk. Wonky ears. I just had my crochet hook and I set it down and now I don't see where I put it. Crochet hook, there you are. It's like, where'd you go, crochet hook? I just had you. It ran away. It's like, please, no more crocheting. It's like, ha, you thought. More crochet. He's a crab. Random crab. Crab dance.
Oh, big crab!
Big crab.
Oh no!
He wanted to crab dance with you.
I'm not trying to crab dance.
Not trying to crab dance.
I do not want to tango.
Heck, there could be a god in another universe where it's all just crabs. I bet there is. I almost guarantee. I mean, crustaceanism and such like that could be very well a thing. What do you think a crustacean god would be like?
I don't know.
Thoughts of life. I think it would be interesting, that's for sure. He'd just be a big daddy crab. I bet he'd be able to control other crabs with his crab mind. And they'd all just crab dance. just imagining a bunch of crabs dancing now. Just doing the crab rave. Boop a doop. Boop boop be doo.
Come on, Bobby. I need your help now.
Color change, color change. My favorite thing is the color change. I really like how pretty and shiny and soft this yarn is. I'm obsessed with this yarn now. It's so pretty. So pretty.
I took up my doggos too quick.
Oh no, not the doggos. Your wolf ash spirit thing.
I needed them to keep aggro. And then you just took up 2 in 1 swipe.
Can you get a second? Can you get me some? I'm feeling some ice cream. Last of my shoulder hurt.
Oh, my hips.
Your hippums?
We did a lot of abs this morning.
Yeah. That would make sense. I need to remember to tomorrow or something like that to go and download all of my streams so that I don't lose them. That way none of them get deleted, because I think I'm getting close to my 14th day, so I know it'll delete my first stream that was on here since a while back.
You just want it from the tub?
Huh?
There's not a lot left. You just want it from the tub?
I don't want to touch it. It's so sticky. I don't want to touch the sticky icky. It messes with my sensory problems. I don't like stickiness. I need to see if Baskin Robbins got more of that flavor that I really like, and just buy a couple of tubs of it. Just keep it in the freezer. Because even though I'm not always having ice cream every night, when I have ice cream, I want that ice cream. Or I gotta find somewhere that's got that bubblegum ice cream I've been craving.
It's a lot less than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's something. You just want a little bit of something sweet. I'm having some ice cream too.
I ain't got much left in this.
Oh yeah, that was only like 2 scoops. Do you think you could get me a scoop of strawberry? Because it's only 1 scoop of regular ice cream. It shouldn't mess up my tummy too much. And still have tummy troubles, but I want to eat strawberry ice cream. I'll just have to have like 1 scoop every time, so it's not too much for my stomach.
You get some Capri Suns?
I think I still have some Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. What is that, Dr. Pepper? Dr. Pepper. What is that, Dr.
Never saw her.
Pepper?
Like, it was just like, yeah, she's fine.
Huh?
Yeah, these bathroom real quick.
Ah.
She told me that
My
she's
phone's at
fine.
100 now.
So Hulda,
Oh, yeah?
I don't know what yours is that.
That was my knee.
Sorry.
So she has a point home, and the next day I'm
I
like,
got 62%. It's fine.
okay, she's send up, she's taking her. She calls 911 saying that she needs her. And this is when the police come to the apartment, and she tells them that she fears Nana might be in medical distress. She just gave birth. So the police arrive at the complex and look for PA they didn't keep a realtor. When they try to open the door, they find that the apartment had been locked on the inside. They had like one of those bar locks, so this police and cops were the only option to board her. So once they get the door down, and they see that the door leads to the bedrooms, it was not just locked, it was also like barricaded with furniture. Right? What was going on? So after cops get through barricading, they take the door off its hinges, and that's when the police make their approval first to understand what's happening. As they make their way into the master bedroom, they look in the guest bedroom and see there is blood over the door and on the walls. So when they got to the master bedroom, they discovered that it was also locked and barricaded and late. He got the mattress from the guest bedroom and he put it up against the door. So the police were like, hey, come out. If there's anyone inside, like, come out over here. And Blake calls out from inside the bedroom. He's like, I'm not coming out because you guys are going to beat me up. And they're the cops were like, yeah, of course we're not going to beat you up. We're not. We might, they're trying to reassure him that they're not going to beat him up. So they're asking, like, where's Donna? We're just looking for Donna. And Blake's yelling at them that she's not here. And the cops are thinking, yeah, right. So at some point prior to the police showing up, Blake from inside the house, he had called his accountant. I don't know what to do with his attorney, but I guess it was him. For some reason, the accountant went to the house.
Oh, there goes my ear again.
They showed up with the police, and the accountant was trying to talk to Blake.
My right ear is just on some other stuff today.
And we're like, trust. So finally, like,
Normally I have more problems with my left ear, but my right ear's been whacked today.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, that's the wrong ear. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Stop.
The accountant calls out, like, hey man, I got your clothes. And finally, Blake opens up the door and he walks out only a pair of his boxer shorts. And behind him, the police see a body of 30-year-old Nana laying on the bed, covered by a red Mickey Mouse blanket. They go in and not a mouse blanket. So police ask Blake, how did you die? And Blake's like, oh, I didn't know she was dead. She was fine.
stomach may hate me for this, but the strawberry ice cream tastes so good.
The sheet was clean, and the mattress at the time was dry. So they're like, the sheet was moved somewhere in this apartment. So the police come out and they use that blue star. It's that like kind of stuff. It lights up all the blood. It was sprayed on the surface, and if there's no blood on the surface, it lights up all the all the cracks, right? Okay, it's actually fascinating, right? Because you just spray this stuff on the lines. They spray it, okay? They spray it in the bathroom and stuff in the living room. And the blue star it reveals where the blood had been and where it needs to be. So it's not being used to remove it. So it's what the island is blue light. So cops sprayed the ground and it just lights up. Okay, it was bright. It actually lit up the hallway. There was evidence that blood had been on the floors and the walls. Same thing with the guest bedroom. It just looked like so said it was very, very bright. Also, investigators go and check the bathroom, and there they find the resting bones of their hair stuff. And there's blood stains in the bathroom. But otherwise, it was clean. They sprayed out blue stars. The whole bathroom just shined bright. Just like was everything was covered in blood and you picked it up. It was just very police think that maybe after Blake dragged her around the apartment, he then got her into the bathroom and gave her a hammer. When they first arrived, they had noticed that the water was leaking, and some of them even turned off the water when the cops first arrived, like yesterday. So yesterday afternoon. I mean, there's concrete evidence that the bathtub was abused. Clearly, Blake had used a lot of cleaning supplies that there's no evidence supplies are sprayed in the apartment. That's when police officers were trash can, running down the door and hurry on downstairs to the basement. That's when they get the trash bags that are full of clothes. That's where they find the sheets and clothes. And then in the trash bags, they also find the body parts. They found the Cops then find a pet skirt and all these pet skirt that they not just it was a handprint that was an exact match to Blake's. And yes, jackpot, they looked like the story was solved. So cops know for sure this guy was involved because at the time they stayed in the top part of his body, he was wearing the hat, and so was the handprint. Mystery is solved. Watch it. So obviously Blake arrested, okay, taken down to the station, and they took his mugshots, their mugshots, the same as all the scratches and bruises all over his face, and he's like smiling, which is creepy. So on May 31st, Blake makes a court appearance. He's wearing a padded suicide jacket. He has chains wrapped around his wrist in the back of his body. He was being formally charged with murder, torture, mayhem, and aggravated mayhem. It's just funny. It's like, there are so many cases where the police then there's like dumb little rowboats like this guy, and it's obvious, so he's guilty. He's like, not guilty. Like, what's he think is gonna happen? They're gonna agree with that? I'll just be honest. Save us all some damn time. So they give him a test with a psychiatrist to see if he could stand trial. He passes with flying colors. He can definitely stand trial. The prosecution gets to work building their case, right? So the biggest question for them was like, what was the motive? Why did Blake kill Yona? So during interrogation, Blake told cops at one point, quote, "Women don't like me. If it wasn't for money, women wouldn't like me." End quote. We also know that Blake tried to control Yana after she gave birth, forcing her to have sex with him. So So maybe he felt like he was losing control over her. During the investigation, police had a lot of roadblocks. No one who knew Blake wanted to talk to them. Like, nobody. No family, no friends. No one wanted to speak on camera. No one wanted to go into court. Um, they didn't even want to like show their face in court at all in the cues. Is it, are they called cues? I always forget to look that up. But no. So they're 100% relying on evidence for this whole case. Well, and the autopsy. Which, good thing they have like hardcore evidence. So some of the biggest pieces of evidence for this case was the autopsy report, which was finally released to the public on September 20th, 2017. It said that Yana, she was killed between May 23rd and May 26th. On her autopsy report, it said that she had a lot of head trauma, but most of all, she had no blood in her system. Like, okay, look, the average human contains about 5 liters of blood, correct? Yes. Which is about 1.5 gallons. Oh, that really doesn't seem like that much, huh? Okay. Well, she was
1.5
found
gallons
with
blood
less
in
than a
us.
teaspoon left in her.
It's
So
like
ultimately, this poor girl
less than two gallons of milk.
The
Wait,
autopsy
what?
report also
She said there's about 1.5 gallons worth of blood in a person most times. It's like less than 2 gallons of milk. That's nuts.
Actually, there's also scalp present, except for like little bits and pieces on the back of her neck. Portions of the right side of her face were torn all the way down to her jaw. How? What the fuck is this guy doing? I don't. What was it? Her right ear, was I saying? Okay, there were a shit ton of bruises and cuts on her face, primarily on the left side of her face. She had a human bite mark on the left side of her face. She had lived for at least 8 hours approximately after receiving the scalp injury and the bruise on her collarbone, which is awful because that means she was alive during salvage. This poor Nana. She just poor thing. And you know what's sad is like Nana's mother, Olga, she was there at the court listening to all this and listening to her child being brutally. I think Blake is just kind of like, some people just deserve to go. Like off with his head. That's one of these times. Remember his book? Just saying. Just saying. He might have used it as a blueprint. So when the trial first gets going, the prosecution starts with Olga's testimony. She didn't speak English, so she had several court-appointed interpreters for the trial, which made it a little bit challenging, but the prosecution showed a lot of photos from the crime scene, just describing how Blake probably used a knife and a razor found in the bedroom and the bathroom to her, and they also just went into really graphic details about what he did to her. And the prosecution also had access to newer technology that was able to show like a 3D model of the crime scene that allowed them to turn on and off the light that showed the blue star. So the jury essentially got to see exactly what the police saw at the crime scene when they were there, which is fascinating. Prosecutors also provided text messages showing that Blake had ordered food from Postmates on several occasions during the time when Yana was most likely dying. His came Postmates. Right? He's still hungry? Oh, good. He like left specific instructions to the Postmates person, like do not knock on door, just leave it outside. When he ordered the food, he was using Yana's phone. Maybe he wanted to make it look like she was still alive, ordering Postmates. You know? So then the prosecutors, they also brought up Blake's graphic novel, remember? Syndrome. And remember it had those guys hanging by their feet and a woman lying in the bloody bed. The prosecution felt that like the book pretty much was a blueprint that Blake might have followed for murdering Yana. When Blake was questioned as to why those graphic scenes were in his book, like did he get the ideas from the book? He pretty much told them that he had done a lot of research on serial killers, and that's what inspired his book, not what he did to Yana. So the trial ended up lasting only a week. I think I like it. So the trial only lasted a week. 1 week. It was an easy trial, it seems like. In June of 2018, after a 90-minute deliberation, the jury, 38-year-old Blake was convicted of first-degree murder and supplemental charges of torture and mayhem on his
What time is
fiancée,
it?
Juana,
8:20.
as he deserves.
Did you want to
He
head
was
to
sentenced to
bed
life
in a
in
little
prison
bit?
with no chance of
Sure.
parole, and he is still
See
serving
if
his
I can get
sentence
this
at
boss real
California
quick.
Correctional Institution. He should have the death penalty, let's be honest. Sorry, but yeah. Cody, he was the only family member to show support for Blake, but he refused to make any comments to the press, come out, say anything. Like, nope, not touching that. You remember Amanda, Blake's ex-wife? She only showed up after the verdict had been read, and despite her initial hatred towards Yana, because Yana stole her husband, Amanda was shocked when she learned about Yana's death, and she also cut ties with Constance, thinking she was a threat to her and her kids, and she eventually got a restraining order against Constance. At no point during the trial or after the verdict had been read did Blake or anyone from his family reach out to Olga to offer child support for the baby. Remember, there's a baby. No one reached out to help. They didn't even ask like for custody. Not that they should have, but it's like, do they not care? So Olga, she went ahead and filed a $65 million lawsuit, a civil lawsuit, and a Los Angeles judge ordered Blake to pay her $41.6 million to Yana's family. Will they pay it? I don't know how that stuff works. It seems like they never pay it, right? I don't know. So that, my friends, is the awful story about Blake LaBelle and how he's completely, what would you call this guy? I want to call him a psycho, but I feel like that word just doesn't do it justice anymore because it's so overused for everything. Like, oh my god, that's psycho. It's like, so what do you call this guy? Like Satan? He's fucking Satan. Okay? He is, clown. Not even a clown. He's worse than a clown. He's, a spoilable brat who wanted money. And it was Whitney. And he started angry, and then did some sick shit. That's what he was, just a little brat. This one, actually, a lot of you guys asked me what stories give me that. This story actually gave me that. What would possess him to do that? Just out on the floor? I mean, it was out, yeah. It was up. Was he just standing there? Yeah. Like, I just sit there. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts down below. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please be safe. Let me know down below who you want me to talk about next week. But other than that, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.
Oh, my ankles. My cankles are crackling. There's a noise in the back here just now. Yeah, I figure after this round we can head to bed. I stayed up way too early into the morning today and did not get enough sleep, so I'm already starting to get tired. I guess that's probably a good thing, so hopefully I can go to bed a little earlier tonight. Although, all I can say is good luck with that. I'm probably gonna go lay down in bed and be like, let's crochet until 5 a.m. again. because I obviously have a problem. It's with sleep, not with yarn, I swear. Like, I don't have a problem with my addiction to crafting consistently. It's totally just because I have insomnia. It's like the moment we're in bed, it's like, I'm wide awake again. Like, we'd be sitting on the couch and just be like, I'm tired. And then go lay down in bed and it's like, I'm wide awake now, let's watch Adventure Time and crochet for freaking ever.
Happens. I'll be tired as hell on the couch so we go lay down. It's like, oh, now I'm wide awake. Don't know why.
I'm wide awake.
I just need these wolves to stay alive a little bit longer. Alright, come on, wolves. You got this time. Stay alive just a little longer.
So that same one that I beat pretty easily with you guys? Yeah, the one on the island.
How did that hit me?
Magic. It hit you with magic. It just made me get the Labyrinth song stuck in my head. Dance magic, dance magic, dance. Dance magic, dance. Put your spell on you.
There we go. This is going better.
Jump magic, jump magic, jump. Jump magic, jump. I saw my baby crying hard as babe could cry. What could I do? My baby's Lord had gone, and if my baby blue, nobody knows.
Is that it? Is
what
that it?
kind of magic
Oh, I got it.
use? Slime and shields, oh puppy dog tails, thunder or lightning, something frightening. Baby said, "That's magic." I got it stuck in my head. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. You're funny.
Don't even have to equip this weapon now. Ooh, it puts me in a heavy load. That is no bueno.
Trying hard as babe could try. What could I do? My baby's love had gone, and then one day,
Still heavy. Okay, I can use it for a little while.
What kind of magic is I can't sing too much of the song. I don't want to get copyright striked.
Gotta level up my endurance.
Just singing and crocheting. And watch me fall further into insanity. It's like, even though I slept some during the day today, I think I'm definitely still sleep deprived. Because my brain's just been mush all day. It's like, crocheting is all I can handle. But that's practically something I can do without even, like, thinking about it, so. That's good at least, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I could still do something completely productive, I swear. My brain's just right now. Bless you.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Grazie.
That was.
It's a force of habit.
I was like, I said Gesundheit, and you said grazie, and that's.
Italian.
It's like that. Okay, Axis powers.
I know thank you in German is danke, but it's habit to say
Danke
grazie.
and bitte.
Beat us, please.
No, Dankeschön is thank you, and Bitteschön is you're welcome, I thought. But now you're making me second guess it, even though I used to say it all the time.
Bitte is please. I remember that since the little bit of German I was doing on Duolingo.
I've been lied to my whole life.
At least I'm almost positive. I can double check.
Double check, because
You have
I'm
to give
pretty
me
sure
a
Bitte
minute.
is you're welcome. Because, like, my dad and I, like, he's German, and he was like, whenever I said Gesundheit, he'd say Danke, and then he told me that I'm supposed to say Bitte back for you're welcome. You arigato.
Let me check real quick now that I can.
Ware ware nan desu ka? I love how I just asked do you understand and you had no reaction. And then I know por qué. It's like, what?
English
What?
to German. Oh, that's not what I clicked. Please is Bitte.
Well, then what is you're welcome? My dad lied to me my whole life.
Let me actually spell this correctly.
I've been lied to. My life is a lie. Back to
You're welcome is Jesheshin. Oh my gosh, that's difficult.
Jusenshin?
That,
Hold on.
That's how it's spelled.
You know, you can click the thing that will read it out to you.
Gyan
Gangeshin?
Yes, that is you're welcome.
Wow.
I remember Bitte from the little
So
bit
my
of
dad
German I
doesn't
took
know
in Duolingo.
German for anything either.
Probably not. Gangeshin.
Gangeshin?
I never got to that part on Duolingo. Which is weird because I covered Bitte.
You know what's funny is I remember
Danke.
arigato, but I don't remember how to say you're welcome for some reason now in Japanese. Man, all those years of Japanese classes gone to waste. I used to be
Years
almost
of
fluent in
academy
Japanese. I used to be so fluent in Japanese, and now I can't remember anything. But I can remember ware ware nan desu ka, which I'm pretty sure was do you understand? Ware ware nan desu ka? Because I remember ka is question mark pretty much. Ware ware is understanding, if I remember correctly. I'm sitting over here having to I think I can remember how to ask for the bathroom.
Don't see me. You don't see
Tore
me.
e nan desu ka? Where is the toilet? God, it's been so long. I bet I don't even know my katakana and hiragana charts anymore. Like, I remember a, I, e, u, o, and stuff like that, but I remember what ka looks like. I remember mo, because you know what my favorite thing about mo was? It looks like a lizard. So we used to say mo is lizard in our Japanese class, and that's how I remembered mo. And I'm pretty sure that's katakana, because it's like a backwards J, and then 2 lines from mo. I remember to because the fact that Hirahara Sensei was evil for to. Because, like, at first you would not get that it looks like toe. But the way that she made you remember it, it was like oh, you stubbed your toe, and now this is the way that your toenail goes. And I was like, well, I'm never gonna forget toe. Because it's literally like, it's like it looks kind of like a nose, a drawing of a nose, and then just a little line that goes up this way. And you're like, that's evil. Now I will never forget that. Ru is roots. That's how we remembered it. It looks kind of like roots of a tree. I think Che was cheerleader or something like that, but I can't remember entirely. I remember the symbol for fire, because fire and Friday, or no, was it a different day? I don't remember now. It's alright. I remember how to count. It's ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju. And that's how you count
from
to 10.
what you taught me, I can only remember ichi, ni, san.
Ichi, ni, san, shi. Or, I think ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju. I'm trying to remember. Was it yon or ro? Because there's two different ways for 4, if I remember correctly. Because it's ichi, ni, san, shi. But when you get to certain numbers and things like that, or like you're saying certain things, instead of shi, you'd say, I think it was yon. Can't remember now. I can't remember how the days of the week go anymore either. Even though there was a song for it. I just remember King Yobi,
sorry,
which I believe
turtles.
is Friday.
You don't deserve it.
Huh?
The ghost turtles.
Poor ghost turtles.
I'm sorry.
I felt so bad that we had to kill the ghost turtles, and then we had to kill the bigger ghost turtle. And I was like, what's with them making us hurt the turtles, man? I don't want to hurt the turtles. It's like, the turtles are precious,
and
okay?
Calls them wise beasts.
Yeah, they're wise beasts. Why are we killing wise beasts? That's rude. I mean, I guess that makes sense. The turtles are wise. They live long.
You put a
Tortoises,
message
turtles.
there. Why?
Good question. Next question. Even though I want to crochet tonight after we lay down in bed, I think it's best if I leave it in here.
Probably.
Because otherwise I'll just sit in bed and watch Adventure Time and crochet, and then the next thing I know, the sun will be coming up again. And it's like, let's not do that tonight. It's funny though, because I do remember the word for Japan.
Yeah.
It's Nihongo. I believe Nihongo is either for Japanese or for the country of Japan. But I can't remember. But it's Nihon.
Yeah, get him, Wolves, get him. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, dear. That was close.
And then, of course, like everyone knows, Oni-chan is older brother. One-chan is older sister.
Which one's Oni-san again?
Oni-san is the same thing as big brother. Chan is just to make it like a kinder saying. Like you're close to the family member. Kosan is, normally, like, san is your Mr. or Mrs. kind of thing, connotation, or just, like, being respectful. But, like, in a lot of anime, you see that, like, some people will call their sensei by, like, Miyazaki-san. That's Miss Miyazaki. Now Miyazaki-chan would be like, "Hi Miyazaki, how you doing?" Like you guys are besties or family members or friends, you know. And then like kun is also like that nicer way of saying it, where it's like it's your peer. And then like, I remember like there's senpai, which is your higher. Kohai is people who are lower than you. Um, and then, of course, like everyone knows sensei and senpai pretty easily, though, from animes and such. Imoto-san, I believe, is little brother. Otosan, I believe, if I remember correctly, Otosan is father. Oji-san is uncle. Oji-san with two eyes is grandpa. Can't remember the one for little sister. I can't remember if it's the Moto-san for both of them. I know there's a different one though. I think Kazuku was family. I think Tomodachi was friend. God, my brain feels like it's melting out my ears because I'm trying to remember what I learned in Japanese classes. It's been over 6 years, okay?
Yeah.
It's been 6 years since I was somewhat fluent to mild fluency. Like a lot of people, my friend Nanami, who was Japanese, it was funny because I guess I was the only one that called her Nanami-chan.
Yeah.
And she told me one day that the only reason why I was allowed to call her Nanami-chan was because we were so close. And I was like, well, that makes sense, but I had never heard anyone call you Nanami-san before. And she was like, yeah, well, you don't talk to a lot of the people I talk to, other than just the two of us. Oh, wow, okay. You just
saw
died.
me, like, bump
Yeah.
off another one, right?
You should have survived
Like,
that. I've
it stopped
survived
for
less.
a half second. Like,
Yeah.
it stopped for a half second. It's like, that should have counted as a stop.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess a lot of people called her Nanami-san, and I always just called her Nanami-chan. She didn't like it when I called her Nanami-kun. She was like, that just sounds weird. Don't call me that. I can't remember what aunt and mother was. Or mother is different from aunt. I think it was, there's a word for mother, and then there's there was the word for aunt and grandmother, I think it was. I just remember Ototo-san was, or Otomo-san, I just messed it up now, I can't remember. I'm not gonna sit here and botch it any more than I've already botched stuff. I remember toilet though. Tore. But that's also because of the fact that we had to ask to go to the bathroom in Japanese, or we didn't get to go to the bathroom. So, I remember Tore. Because I think it was Tore e nan desu ka. May have been a little bit different to go to the bathroom. But I just remember Tore nan desu ka is what bathroom, or bathroom question mark.
Oh, where did that come from?
I just love how like Ichigo from Bleach is named Ichigo, and that means strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
And they call him Carrot Top in the whole freaking series because it was orange hair, and it's just like, you named someone with orange hair, literally a strawberry. Ringo is an apple, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember some of the other stuff, but I really can't think. It's like when I hear it, I recognize it more.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I'm sitting here trying to think of words, it's like gone. I know how to say things in like tens. So like if you're saying 11, it'd be Juichi. And so it's like it would be Ichi ni san shi go roku shichi hachi kyu ju, and then it's Juichi, Ju ni, Ju san, Ju ron, I think, was when you started saying 14. Ju go, Ju roku, Ju shichi, Ju hachi, Ju kyu. And I think it was hyaku for 100, or like it sucked once you started getting into like the 20s though, because then you'd have to say ni ju yon for 24, if I remember correctly. I think I'd be ni ju go this year because I'm turning 25. And then once you get to the next one, then you'd say sanju whatever, like sanju ichi, sanju yon, so on and so forth, like sanju ichi, sanju ni, sanju san, sanju yon, sanju go, sanju roku, so on and so forth. But yeah. Like numbers, I think, were the easiest thing that I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, everything else started getting complicated. But I used to know all my hiragana and katakana off the back of my hand. Like, whenever we did it in our Japanese class and stuff, until I was in Japanese class with Nanami-chan, like, other than her, who was naturally just going to speak Japanese and understood it, I remembered all of the hiragana and katakana chart, except for maybe I'd miss one or two because it was always timed. And it was like you had to do the whole chart within a certain amount of time. By the time that we do ones where it was like you have a minute, and then there was one that was 2 minutes and one that was 3 minutes. And I think we also did ones that were 5 minutes. And with the 5-minute ones, I always managed to fill in my whole hiragana and katakana charts. But the 3-minute ones, there was always a couple of ones that I'd get mixed up, or I'd like not have enough time to think about it, you know? And so then I'd miss a couple. And like D's, any of the ones that had the like de and do and all those ones, super easy because it's T with just little 2 hash marks. So it was like you just got to remember your main hiragana and katakana charts, and then for like certain other ones, they just be like the little dashes. Mm-hmm. It was the same with the G's. I thought it was funny though, because like I believe P was the same as tea as well. It was just a little circle, I think it was. Like a little circle. Not a little dot, a little circle. Because I remember I tried to just get away with putting dots, and she always marked them off as wrong. And I was like, dang it. And we always had to be really particular about our strokes on there, too. So, like, say, like I was talking about Mo earlier. Mo, you have to do, like, the backwards J, then the top dash, then the bottom dash. If you did it any other way and she saw it, she would get angry. And we had to do it to where we did it in parts. So, like, in our Japanese book that we did for our hiragana and katakana charts, you would do the first part of it, then the first part of it with the second part, and then the first part, the second part, and the last part, so on and so forth, so that she could see you were writing it correctly. And I was just like, this is such a pain. It's like, why can't I just do my 2 dashes and then the body and tail of the lizard? Why can't I just do it a little backwards? And I think my dyslexia was the reason why I had some issues with that.
Yeah.
But she said she does not care. She literally was like, I don't care if you have dyslexia. You can write this correctly. And I was just like, wow, rude. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, her and I would speak in Japanese to each other in class. I'd be like, Hirahara-sensei, you hate me. And she'd go, yes. It's like she was playful about it, but dang. It just come for my throat every time. Or, like, there was a couple of times where I remember she would legitimately be like, JD, and then she would say, I hate you in Japanese. We had a very hate-love relationship. Like, it was all joking. But, like, it was so funny because, like, we had Japanese... We had, the, like, Japanese students that came in. What's it called again? Transfer students.
Mm-hmm.
We had some Japanese transfer students. And she didn't think anything of it and didn't realize that they would think anything of it. But the, like, first 2 days that we had the Japanese, students in there and everything for transfer, I thought it was so funny because they were so confused because she would literally speak Japanese to me and she'd be like, I'd be like, Hirahara-sensei, I love you, and she'd be like, I hate you, JD. And the Japanese students were like, is this a problem? Does she legitimately hate you? Are you guys okay? Like, do we need to talk to somebody? Like, and I'm like, oh no, this is how Hirahara-sensei is just like that. And it's funny, too, because I was in 2 different Japanese classes. So Hirahara-sensei I had for Japanese 1, and then I had Nakamura-sensei for Japanese 2. Nakamura-sensei was super nice. So it threw me off being in her class. But I can't believe... I loved the reaction of Hirahara-sensei when she found out I decided to take her culture class that same year. Because she had thought she had gotten rid of me with Japanese 1 once I finished Japanese 1 and everything with flying colors, which she hated. And I do remember one time she called me weeaboo trash to my face, and that also threw off the transfer students. But I think she did that on purpose, is really messed with the transfer students by just being constantly rude and mean to me. But we knew it was just joking around, you know? Like, she was legitimately nice to me sometimes. It wasn't very often, but it did happen where she was nice to me on other occasions. Like, if I was having a really bad day, she wouldn't poke fun with me. So it was like, she wasn't just being mean. It was more of a playful meanness between the two of us, and obviously it was just something fun that we did, I guess. I guess it's kind of weird for a teacher to be like that with a student, though, I guess. But, she said that she was just being a harsh mom to me, I guess. I don't know. But, I remember when I walked in and I went, Hirahara-sensei, I'm in your culture class now, too. And she goes, God, I hate you. Please leave. But of course, like, nobody else in the class knew what she was saying, because they didn't know Japanese. They were just there for the culture class, which was different than the Japanese translations class. So they were like, what are they talking about in Japanese? And I was like, oh, she told me she hates me.
and that she wants me to leave. And they were like, "What'd you do? Why does she hate you?" And I was like, "Oh, she's just hard like that. She just likes to play it off like she's mean and everything." And they would just be like, "What?" And I thought it was funny because there was this older lady that was there that was like, I think she's in her like 50s or 60s, something like that. She was an older lady, had grandkids, all that stuff that were already in high school, so on and so forth. But she was like the aide for the class, but also there because she had grown up in Japan and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she was kind of like the consultant to help Hirohata sensei. And it was so funny because like she was always super nice to me, but she would laugh so hard when I'd be like, "Hirohata sensei, I love you, good morning," and she'd be like, "I hate you, JD." Like every time I come into her class. And that old lady, it took a little while for her to get used to it, but then she'd start laughing to it because she knew it was just our shtick, you know?
Yeah.
But we had some other lady that was subbing for her that did not understand. And that poor old lady was like, "Are you okay? Hirohata sensei, why are you being so mean?" And I was just like, "Oh, that's just how Hirohata sensei and I say hello and stuff." And she goes, "But why is she so mean to you?" And I was like, "That's just our thing. She's nice to me when I need her to be." So it's like, I'd tell her, like, "Hey, I'm having a really bad day or a really bad week, so just be kind of less harsh on me." And she'd treat me like every other student.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought it was so funny because she was really hard on me, but like, yeah, it made the class a little more interesting, a little enjoyable. It's like having family where you're just kind of mean to each other a little bit, but you still love each other, you know? It's like she still appreciated me in her class, even if she thought I was a little annoying or something. And I don't even think she actually legitimately thought I was annoying. I think it was just part of the shtick because she wouldn't say anything like that if I was having a like off day. So I don't know. I think what it was is like when I first came into her class, I was like a couple of months late into getting into classes, and she goes, "You should probably switch out of this class because you're going to be behind and everything." But joke's on her, I had already started learning Japanese. So I already knew most of my hiragana chart, and I already knew how to like spell my name and everything like that, and write my name in Japanese and all that good stuff, and had pretty much known most of the stuff that they were teaching those beginning months. So she had me do a quick test, and she told me that if I failed it, then I needed to go and change my course. And I was like, "Okay." And she goes, "Write your name and do as much of a hiragana chart as you can." I did most of the hiragana chart, and I knew how to write my name exactly how it was supposed to be written. And she just looked at me and was like, "No." And that's how our weird, like, hate friendship, something or other, just being hard on me thing started. And she was like, "Why did you start learning Japanese?" And I was like, "Well, I find the culture very interesting. It's much different from ours here in America. And I love anime, so I like being able to know some Japanese and watch with subtitles instead of watching it dubbed." And that's why she started calling me an otaku and weeaboo trash. And I was like, "I'm not a weeaboo. I learned Japanese for more than just because of anime. And it's not like I came in there trying to speak Japanese from an anime. I learned formal Japanese a little bit before I come to the class because I knew I wanted to take it. So it was like, I wasn't being weeaboo trash."
Oh, you want to hit the bit, baby? It's 9.
Yeah, let me just finish this little corner here. Oh, that's right, I had just started this so that I wouldn't have to worry about it. But this is what we got done so far. I'll do more tomorrow on stream, unless if I decide to play some video games tomorrow, but this is what I'll be working on. I won't be working on it tonight, so we're gonna get off, because I've been rambling and we need to go to bed, because he's got work early in the morning. So, hope everyone has a good night. Hope you enjoyed watching, and hope to see you again soon.